Now, it is actually, if you cut and paste last year's story, it is the same thing, only the dates will change. I like
Yes.
when you smile, Satya Prakash. Unlike other
No.
party spokesperson who can lose it, you smile and look at it from, that yes, it is like that. A lot of money has been spent to see that, the initiatives are put in place. I mean, I must say the BWSSB even last year did a major overhaul to see that these problems are overcome. Now Kaveri phase 5 is also awaited. Satya Prakash, with the temperatures rising 32 degrees now in February, unheard of. I know climate change, people coming to settle in Bengaluru, all those are reasons and enough. But what does the Bangalorean do, Satya? Tell me.
Good evening, Sudha.
Hi.
Why I laughed is exactly during the same period. I remember we were talking on the same issue in Bangalore, and I promised you one thing. Come April, first week or second week, Bangalore is used to those showers that we are assured. Bangalore is such a fantastic city. You get God's own city, you can call. No, come, there will be a rise in temperature, from last week of, February, post Shivratri, and the temperatures will rise. Whole of March will be a problem. But onset of April, light showers will start and all our problems will vanish. And I again reiterate, as you rightly said that, we are facing some problem. Last time also I said the same thing. There are two things that we have to look in. There are water experts, urban city experts who are sitting along with my friends are there. There should be long-term solution. There should be short-term solution. After 1 year, I'm ashamed that I am again repeating the same thing what I repeated last time, because there is no concrete thinking from any government, including my own party, for a long-term solution that a city like Bangalore, where lakhs of people are coming on a regular basis every year, we need to have a long-term solution. And long-term solution, my friend always said, and even today he is there, that conservation. The city has enough water bodies, and these water bodies are contaminated. If we remove that contamination and we make sure fresh water is there in most of the lakes, all the lakes should be renewed. There will be enough water available for whole of Bangalore. That is point number one. Point number two, again, I have to repeat the same thing, that Meghdadu project. Today, after 1 year also, nothing has moved forward. Neither the central government has to understand that Bangalore is a destination for whole of India. All states people come here, and the churn is very less. People who come here will never go out of Bangalore for rest of their life. A city of cosmopolitan nature, the center also should, have large heart and should have given permission for the Meghdadu project, but still nothing has happened.
Right.
And today we are again reintrospecting. I don't know if you call me again next year and the same thing I have to repeat. But today let us get some solutions for the people's woes in Bangalore.
Very
And
well
I am
said.
hoping
Satya
I will get
Prakash,
back to my people.
I think that's the best thing I've heard in a long time from someone who represents a political party. He says, Satya Prakash, spokesperson for the KPCC, says, enough, we will revisit this again, I will come back again. But the thing is, the moot point is, let's look for some solutions rather than keep talking about the problems. I mean, very well said. Let me now go across to Avinash Krishnamurthy. Avinash, a very warm welcome to you. Avinash, I was reading this expert, Mr. Vishwanath. I wonder if you work with him, because that article, in South First was really very, very, like Satya is saying, very encouraging. He is talking about the solutions. Avinash, I want to ask you upfront, what, like he said, there is a problem. Unlike others who have said there is no problem, this will go on. Do you concur that it can be solved very easily if we put our heads together, and there is what is called less of wastage and more of efficiency in decision making? Avinash Krishnamurthy.
Thank you, Sudha. Yes, I am Vishwanath's colleague at
Wow,
Biome
okay.
Environmental Trust. Yeah, so we have solutions. We've been saying that broadly, what Bangalore faces is not a resource problem, it's a resource management problem, right? So, how do we manage our resources right? And the big opportunity I think we have is that right now we have, Bangalore gets 2000 million liters a day plus Kaveri water coming after fifth phase of Kaveri, stage 5. And the big opportunity is how we are going to use and find ways of reusing the wastewater, but manage it in an integrated manner with the groundwater that's there. So we have a very significant dependence on groundwater. It's estimated to be between 600 to 800 million liters a day. And we have, as Sir referred to all the lakes, we have 186 lakes in Bangalore right now. Can we treat the wastewater?
Avinash, I'm sorry to interject in this fashion, but for you and I, we can buy water, we are privileged. For many people who have to stand in queues, those women with plastic pots, which is very south, earlier they used to be brass and now it is plastic. They have to fill up water, they have to go to work, they have to send their children to school, the husband has to go to work. I want to know that all these sound very, very good, the rainwater harvesting, revive the lakes, you have so many lakes. But the management, if I can go to Sandeep Aniruddhan, who's responsible for the mismanagement? Look at all those women. From morning till evening, I have seen the rush. I have witnessed it. I have also stood in a queue because I was a child and they said, you go and stand, no one will push you away. I am asking you, Sandeep Aniruddhan, who's responsible for the mismanagement?
Sudha, literally, the most recent circular that is making noise now, so every circular in the last 20, 30 years are just there on paper. This is something that governments will not talk about. It is the government's responsibility to ensure there is enforcement of laws.
Yes.
Use of groundwater for construction is banned from 2019. You go to and Bengaluru is a construction site. The whole city is a construction site right now. Every street will have 5-6 buildings under construction. You go to every single construction site, they have drilled borewells without, first of all, illegally, and they're using that borewell water for construction. Where's the enforcement? It's not there. Why is this very important? Groundwater in Bengaluru is almost over. And the figures that my friend from Biome just quoted, Avinash, they say that 2000 MLD is Kaveri water and 800 to 900 MLD is, these are official estimates. Let me assure you, about half of Bengaluru gets Kaveri water. The other half is depending on groundwater. So severely they are using groundwater that the city's groundwater is almost over. They are depending on villages outside. And I'll tell you what the news headlines for the next few weeks will be. There will be fights. There will be villages which will fight with this, what do you call them? The tanker mafia.
Yes.
Villages are now fighting with tanker mafia because they are coming and taking their groundwater and supplying to the city. Okay.
Right.
It becomes extreme during summer because even now, and it's not yet peak summer, even now, BWSSB is unable to meet the demand where they have laid pipelines, leave alone where there are no pipelines. Wherever there are pipelines, water doesn't come regularly, even after implementation.
And also the worst thing is that even if you are getting Kaveri water, they are saying you get your own water tanks, and take the water from here. I did a story on that at least 2 weeks ago. Satya Prakash, you heard what Sandeep said. He's also challenging Avinash Krishnamurthy, saying official figures and all are fine. This is the truth, the reality on the ground. Satya Prakash, your government is responsible for giving us water. Brand Bengaluru is under, Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar. I remember all his statements last year. We've had rainfall, shortage, where will we get water from? I will punish anyone who tampers with groundwater. There is rainwater harvesting which is happening. Tanker mafia should be killed. There should be no hope for tanker mafia. Why are you paying 1800 rupees, etc., etc.? But we are back to square one. I mean, do you have an answer to what Sandeep says? That groundwater to be used in construction is banned. Why is it being used, Satya Prakash? Instead of these women who are with pots, it can be that, they can use it. But you are taking it from the villages and giving it to this, what is called the sharks of reality, the real estate sharks.
I will not run away from the problems. My government will handle the problems. Yes, we have not handled the problem to 100% of the what you all want us to do. But I'll assure you that BWSSB has put its mind on it. I think now, yesterday or somewhere I was looking at a thing where all the bore wells will now come under the control of BBMP. They're doing something like that. All the bore wells. There is some order which has come. I don't know exactly what is there in that order. So we are going to take central control of all the water that is available. No water, like Mr. Sandeep has said, should be used for commercial activity. All those who are building those lofty buildings, why should they use potable water? They can as well bring, what commercial water they can bring and they can use it. They can well bring all the tankers and use it. The problem is the haves still get whatever they want. It is only the have-nots, like what you said. The have-nots will bear the brunt of this summer also. So the government should go all the way out in putting their foot down on the haves. That means all those who can afford all the tanker water, and give whatever respite possible to all the extent to the have-nots. And this is what I urge my government to do. And I'll assure you that we will do all possible to see that the have-nots will not suffer for clean drinking potable water. On the long run, what we have to do, again, we have to discuss, and there is nothing better than rejuvenating our lakes and differentiating this. Now, right now, the problem is water is there in these lakes. Lakes have been rejuvenated, but those water has sewage water also. Once you have lines,
okay, Avinash,
Avinash,
Avinash, what everyone is, I mean, do you first agree that what is shown of by, I'm not, no one is, please don't get me wrong. I'm asking you a question, and I represent the common man and woman in Bengaluru. Groundwater, rainwater harvesting, etc., brilliant. That's the way forward. But is it happening? It's not. So why are we living with something which throws up unreal numbers, and like Sandeep Aniruddhan says, not reckon with what is reality? Why is potable water being used for construction? And like he rightly says, that Bengaluru is a construction city. Everywhere the roads are dug up, some building, some cable, everywhere, right? So I'm asking you, yeah, it's a fact. What is the way out, Avinash Krishnamurthy? Going forward, the government can only also work around these kind of things, no? I mean, there is one, real estate mafia, there is the tanker mafia. I mean, do you think the onus is only on the government? I wonder if that is true, Avinash.
No, let me react to it in two ways. First,
Please
let me come back, take the conversation back to solutions, right? So I think without both what Sandeep and Sir has said, the importance of groundwater is very, very high. That no matter what, Bangalore depends on groundwater. We can contest on how much it depends, but groundwater is a very, very big portion of it. So managing the groundwater is very important for Bangalore as a city, even if the poor and even if those who don't have access to mainstream water need to be served, the resource finally is groundwater. And so Bangalore has to take care of its aquifers. And the big opportunity from a solutions perspective is if we are able to use the lakes in a way that our aquifers are recharged from the lakes. Yes, we need to rejuvenate them, and yes, rainwater needs to come. But during the summer months when there is no rain, can we also treat the wastewaters that are coming from Bangalore, and can we fill up the lakes which then fill up the aquifers?